and welcome to the channel. Today I'm excited to continue painting the new Heroscape Age of Annihilation minis. The next mini that we will tackle will be Loviatak The Kyrie Warrior. She looks like a winged demon wearing dark armor with a giant battle axe. How cool is that? Let me know in the comments which miniature from this set you're currently painting. My goal in these videos is to show that you don't have to be an amazing artist to get some good looking miniatures ready for the table. So with that, let's get started. First, I primed the mini white, but wanted it a little darker, so I base coated with a watered down brown. I usually use a gray primer, but since I ran out recently, I'm using some white primer that I had left over. I gave all of the armored bits and hair a coating of black. In the card art, her armor is almost black, so we will try to keep it as dark as possible. Once dried, I went over the armor with lead belcher. I made sure to go light so that the black still shows up. Here, I hit the axe shaft with charred brown before covering the blade with burnished gold to match the reference pictures. This gold will become a little more dull when we hit it with a wash later. For the scaled tunic, I used dwarf bronze. To me, this looks like a tunic that was made out of a dragon's hide, because the underneath looks like leather, and it has the scales on the outside. I used burnt red for the initial skin tone and wings, which we will highlight later on. Afterwards, I thought that I maybe should have used some speed paints on the wing membranes, but that's something I'll try in a future mini. The wing bones were picked out in black. I have to say that this was the most tedious part of the whole miniature. Trying not to get the black on the red wings was quite a challenge, and I had to pull this off camera to get a more steady hold on it and a closer look. Some mistakes were made, but they are easily corrected. Usually, you can clean off your brush and add a little bit of water to lightly scrub off some of the extra paint. Washes and later highlights will also help with these, so don't worry about it too much at this point. For now, we're just putting down the base layers. Now I do a wash over most of the miniature with Nuln oil. You want to be careful as to not go too heavy so that you avoid any pooling. I wanted to really darken down the armor and pull out the details of the scales. If you made it this far, I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to help the channel grow. It's totally free and you'll have my thanks for it. After the washes have dried, I used a makeup brush to do a heavy dry brush of Mephisto Red. I focused on the centers of each wingspan, leaving the areas closest to the wing bones darker. I mixed in some Wild Rider Red to brighten up the highlights a little further. I often use orange colors to brighten up my reds, as white will give you more of a pink color, and I was looking for a fire red. I highlighted the wing bones with somber gray, but this was a little too light and I had to go back over them with some watered down black. The wings really took up the majority of the time, as I was trying my best not to get any of the black on the red. For the rest of the skin, I went in and highlighted with Mephiston Red and a touch of Wild Rider Red. You want to leave some of the darker undercoat showing and mainly focus on the nose, cheeks, and fingers, any part of the skin that's facing up or getting hit with more light. I did an edge highlight on the axe blade with Auric Armor Gold and a light highlight of brass on the scaled tunic. I used beige to dot the eyes. They're so small that it only takes the slightest touch to cover them. For the armor, I did a very light edge highlight of chrome to help the edges stand out. We want to keep the armor looking dark, so be very light on this part. Finally, I painted the base pure black. I'm really happy with the way this came out, and I can't wait to get it on the table. I love the way that the wings came out, and the centers almost have a glowing look to them. The armor looks cool, and the skin really pops out with a nice fiery look to it. As I said in the beginning, what is not to like about a winged demon with a giant battle axe and clad in armor? This was another easier model to paint and only took around an hour with some drying time to complete. I'm eager to get the rest of the miniatures from this set painted up, and I hope that you will continue to join me as we work through them. Hopefully this has inspired you to get your set painted up as well. I want to thank you for watching and hope that you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.